Hello and welcome to day 10 of Lifebook's 30-day transformational challenge. I'm so happy to have you here with me today, and I want to congratulate you because you're a third of the way through this program already. It's going kind of fast, for me at least. I hope you're having as much fun in here as I am. Yesterday, we began our exploration of the character category, and today we're going to go a little bit deeper into this fascinating category, and we're going to end with a powerful character building exercise. This exercise, I've seen it work magic in people's lives, so I'm really super excited to share it with you today. You know, at Lifebook, we learned a long time ago how important this category is, maybe the most important category of all. There's a lot of debate about this, but I'll tell you, simply put, the character category is the foundation of the other 11 categories of your life. Your character will pretty much determine everything in your life: your level of health and fitness, the quality of your love relationship, your career and financial success, the quality of the things that you have in your life and the experiences that you have in your life. Even the length of your life is usually determined by your character. So today, we're going to do a deep dive into this subject, and then we're going to explore this exercise, which I think you're going to find a very valuable addition to your life development toolkit. The origin of the word character is very interesting. It actually comes from a Greek word for engraved mark, or a symbol or an imprint on the soul. In ancient times, a character was a stamp or a marking that was impressed into wax or clay. The use of the word has changed over the years, but that's its origin: a stamp or a mark on your soul. Now, since about the 17th century, the word has been associated with the sum qualities of your personality, the sum qualities that define a person. So your character pretty much includes everything that you are: your behaviors, your thoughts, your ideas, your motivations, your intentions, your temperament, your emotions, your tendencies. All of these components go into shaping and coloring your identity. And the balance of these components within your soul is what makes up your character. It's what makes your personal character unique and sets you apart from everybody else. Everybody's character is different. Most importantly, your character is defined by how your actions relate to your personal morality. Morality meaning your personal code of values and conduct that reflect your sense of right and wrong, your sense of good and bad, or what's proper or improper to human beings. So your character, in a way, is your moral self, and it can be thought of as something that you build through virtuous behavior. So when we think about the original meaning of the word, to engrave or to imprint or to stamp, the process of building good character, you can think about it as stamping your sense of morality onto yourself, imposing moral order onto your life. And the quality of your character is determined by how deeply engraved your morality is onto your life. It's about how deeply yourself, your beliefs, your thoughts, your words, and your actions are integrated with your morality, with your sense of right and wrong. So, a couple simple but key questions in this category are: do you do the things that you know you should do? Well, if you do, that's strong character. Do you do the things that you know you shouldn't do? Well, if you do, that's weak character. Character is about should and shouldn't. A person with strong character consistently gets himself or herself to do the things they should do, and consistently doesn't do the things they shouldn't do. According to what? According to their own morality. Again, strong character is about doing what you should do and not doing what you shouldn't do according to your own beliefs and your own values. And nowhere does your character show up more than in your daily habits. Your habits, the things you do consistently, shape your life and define you as a human being. You are what you consistently do. Aristotle said, "We become just by performing just actions. We become temperate by performing temperate actions. We become brave by performing brave actions. You are what you continuously do." Your habits shape your character. And the good news and interesting news is your character can also shape your habits, because habits are learned. You can learn good habits and you can unlearn bad ones. You can become aware of the habitual ways you think and act and consciously choose to get rid of bad behaviors and to install good new behaviors that'll take hold in your life and work for you instead of working against you. It is a choice. Most people don't know that. Their habits were born unconsciously and they perform them unconsciously. And if you are what you do, that means that your character is evolving unconsciously. But the truth is, it's completely within your power to control your habits and consciously shape your character as a result. And it's one of the most important things and one of the most powerful things that you could ever do as a human being. Look, we've all got bad habits. If you know someone who doesn't have bad habits, please introduce them to me because I have not met that person yet. We all do stuff that we know we shouldn't do. And sometimes we don't do stuff that we know we should do. So today's character building exercise focuses on just identifying one negative habitual pattern that we're running and getting rid of it so as to strengthen our character a little bit. Now I'll tell you, done properly, this exercise can create anything from a small incremental improvement in your life to a profound positive change that can lead to a completely different existence. I have seen this exercise work miracles. It was inspired by my dear friend Tony Robbins years ago, and I've used it repeatedly in my own life with great success, and I've helped a lot of other people use it in their lives. So let's explore this exercise now. First thing you want to do is take a look at some of the things that you do repeatedly that you'd rather not do, your bad habits. Now, it's okay, we've all got them, might be out of control eating, might be habitual negative thinking, drinking too much alcohol, spending above your financial means, smoking, biting your nails, losing your temper too much. Just take a few seconds now and think about some of your negative patterns and see what comes up. Your mission is to target a bad habit in your life. Do you have one in mind now? Okay, keep that bad habit in mind, and we're going to explore the answers to 3 questions. So what we want to do here is create the mental, emotional, and spiritual leverage you need to break that bad habit and free yourself from it once and for all. And I'm telling you right now, this exercise can do it even if nothing else has helped before. So, got that bad habit in mind? Okay, here's what you want to do. Question number 1 that you have to answer is, what is the payoff for this bad behavior? There are reasons that we do what we do. So what are your reasons? I guarantee there's some kind of enjoyable payoff for this negative behavior. So what is it? Now, this is a major point that most people overlook when they're trying to change a negative behavior. They sort of mentally accuse this bad habit of being all bad. And they don't bring enough consciousness to how much they actually love it and why they love it. I mean, you wouldn't be doing it if you didn't love it. So just take a minute and list the benefits that you're getting, because I promise you, there are benefits there. If you're overweight because you habitually overeat, well, this is where you've got to acknowledge how much you love donuts, how much those little Krispy Kremes are just little slices of heaven when you put them in your mouth, and they melt in your mouth, and it's just euphoric, and you love it, and you love gelato, and you love the hot quarter pounder with cheese, and yes, I'll have some large fries with that. It makes me really, really happy to eat food like this in the moment. Or when I go shopping and spend money I shouldn't spend, it gives me a rush. It makes me feel important. I get an energy burst. It feels great in the moment. Or when I lose my temper and blow off steam, I got to admit it's an emotional release, or it makes me feel powerful, or whatever. I love biting my nails because why? One of the things I love about smoking is what? So what you want to do here is you want to make an exhaustive list of all of the payoffs for this bad behavior, all of the payoffs for not changing this behavior. You got to acknowledge them because they're real. And if you do decide to go all in and change this behavior, this little list of your payoffs, the payoffs that you're getting for the bad behavior, is going to give you a crystal clear picture of what you need to let go of in order to win this battle. So, question number 1, what payoff am I getting consistently for this bad behavior? Question number 2, what price will I have to pay if I don't change this behavior? Now, this is an important one, and it takes courage to go here. It's where you got to get serious about the real pain that you are inflicting on yourself on a consistent basis because of this behavior. What does it do to your self-esteem to know that you smoke and you can't stop smoking, or that you drink too much, or that you're consistently overweight? What does it do to know that you're not in control of this area of your life? How does that make you feel? That you're not living at a level that you should be living at? That, what kind of an example are you setting for your kids? How is this bad behavior holding you back? Future pace it. You keep doing this for years and years and years, where are you going to end up? What's the price that you're paying daily in your life? Go into it, go deep, and feel the pain. And what is the real pain that's headed your way years in the future if you eat too much, if you drink too much, if you smoke? What's going to happen? Your body's going to fall apart. If you don't change, your body's going to fall apart. And what's that going to mean for your wife? What's that going to mean for your husband? What's that going to mean for your kids? Are you on a path that's going to end in a ruined relationship? In a compromised quality of life? You know you shouldn't be doing this. You know you need to change. Why? So what you want to do here is make an exhaustive list, and you want to be as hardcore with yourself as possible. This is serious stuff. You want to make it as scary as you can while keeping it real, because this is where your leverage is going to live, your leverage to change. Question number 3. If I free myself from this bad habit, if I'm successful in letting this go, what am I going to gain? And this is where you describe the vision of the new you and your new life, free of that behavior that you haven't been able to shake. And how awesome would that be? How would it make you feel about yourself if you finally won this battle? If you were 40 pounds lighter, if you looked 5 or 10 years younger, if you felt great inside, if you let those cigarettes go, if you let that alcohol go, what would it do for your love life? What would it do for your sex life? What would it do for your parenting or your spiritual life? Would it surge you in your career? How much more integrity would you have? How much more self-esteem would you feel if you were living a 12-category smart life instead of having this monkey on your back? Go deep into that vision of the new you, unchained from this behavior. You want to see it, you want to feel it, because there's a huge amount of leverage here. So make your list of the payoffs of letting this go. Now, once you've made these 3 lists, this is where the magic happens. You want to take a look at your answers to these questions. Now, the answer to question number 1, the benefits that you're getting from this behavior, those benefits, that Krispy Kreme or that rush from the cigarette or whatever it is, those benefits, it's on one side of the scale, the answers to the benefits. On the other side of the scale are the answers to questions 2 and 3, the immense price that you're going to have to pay for not changing, and the new life that's waiting for you if you do change. That's what's on the other side of the scale there. So the things that you listed in question number 1, all those payoffs you're enjoying right now, those are literally the things that are standing in between you and your new life. Are those benefits really that great? Well, take a look at the answers to question number 2, the true cost of this negative behavior. That's some scary stuff. Is it worth it? Is a Krispy Kreme really worth an early death? Is habitual spending really worth a lifetime of financial disaster? And look at the answers to question number 3, the payoff of leaving this bad habit behind. Look at that. That's a new life right there. And that's the whole point of this exercise, you guys. When you take a look at the 2 sides of that scale, you'll find that the payoffs for changing vastly outweigh the payoffs of staying the same. There's no comparison, never is. And the cost and pain of staying the same and not changing vastly outweigh the cost and the pain of making that change. No comparison, there never is. So you might just be able to say goodbye to that bad habit and mourn if you have to, have a little ritual around letting it go. Because I promise you this, Once you've flipped that switch in your emotional body and proved to yourself that this behavior simply just doesn't belong in your life, it's not as great as it seemed, it's game over. You've won the battle. It's now just a matter of going through the motions required to achieve your goal. I've seen this exercise break lifelong habits that nothing else could break, including smoking, which is one of the most addictive, destructive, sneaky little habits that there is. And I've seen that one broken many, many times by this exercise. All you got to do is read those 3 short lists every day for a week, for a whole week, with feeling. Get yourself to feel the emotion of it. Super powerful. Just give this a try and you'll see. So, your character, an engraved mark, a symbol, an imprint on your soul. And what we're imprinting on ourselves is our sense of what's right, of what's proper, our morality. Kathy Better said, "Life is raw material. We are the artisans. We can sculpt our existence into something beautiful, or we can debase it into ugliness. It's in our hands." And that's so true. We're both the sculptor and the sculpted, shaping ourselves each and every day in the image of our values. And what a curious, indescribably powerful thing that is, that we have control over the shape of our own soul. Okay, before I leave you today, I want to just share a little bit about tomorrow's category. Tomorrow we've got a real treat in store for you. We're going to explore one of the deepest categories imaginable, as if the character category wasn't deep, right? Your spiritual life is what we're going to talk about tomorrow. Who are you deep down? What are you all about? Why are you here? What is the reason you exist? You know, very few people have taken the time to think through and clarify their own spiritual beliefs. Doing that gives you a power and a clarity that you cannot get in any other way. And tomorrow I'm really excited to explore this with you. It's going to be fascinating and it's going to be profound. Thank you so much for spending this time with me today. It's been a real pleasure. You're doing a great job in this challenge. Keep up the good work, and I'll see you tomorrow as we explore your spiritual life together.